Now, this episode of the podcast, the word is so tricky to say I had to look up how to pronounce it, and it's pronounced antimetabole. Antimetabole, and that's what we're talking about in today's episode of the podcast. I'm sure I'm going to get that wrong as we go throughout the episode, so do excuse me. But this is a daily sales message where every single day I share a piece of simple, actionable advice. It's designed to help you feel more confident, sell more stuff, and in this case, use a bit of cool wordplay to catch the attention of your buyer. Now, have you ever heard the phrase, ask not what your country can do for you, ask what you can do for your country? That is antimetabole, however you pronounce it, but that is the wordplay mechanism we're talking about today, and it all comes down to swapping things around and swapping their meaning and reframing them, which is a fantastic way of seizing people's attention. And all that's happening here is we're reversing the meaning and the order of the word. So another example here is if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So we can use this to seize the attention of our buyer. And there is an example which kind of inspired me to make this episode of the podcast from the Nationwide Building Society, which is a bank building society here in the UK. And it's on the outside of a shop. And it says, and I'll read it off my screen, NatWest, which is another bank, NatWest is leaving Leamington Spa. Maybe it's time you left NatWest. NatWest is leaving Leamington Spa. Maybe it's time you left NatWest. So they're using antimetabole, I'm pretty sure that I pronounced it correctly, to essentially cast shade on NatWest as a bank, and also, without saying it in so many words, tell you how cool the Nationwide is and imply that they're going to be there for a long time. So we're saying NatWest is leaving Leamington Spa. Maybe it's time you left NatWest. They're using antimetabole, probably how you say it, to reverse the order, but it's punchy. It gets attention, and I think it's the repetition of the notion. So fail to plan to fail. It's that repetition that makes it a bit stickier. But that's one of a number of different wordplay techniques and strategies you can have to really stand out in the mind of your buyer, and probably one of the hardest to pronounce. But there we go. Right, that's it for this episode of the podcast. Thank you for listening or watching all the way to the end. Tomorrow, episode 785, we're going to be talking about the underdog effect. The underdog effect, you can probably guess what we're going to be talking about there, but I'm going to explain it anyway in about 2 or 3 minutes. Join me for that episode. In the meantime, thank you for your time and attention as always. If we're not connected, please jump on over to LinkedIn. You'll find me there, James Newell, Clear Sales Message. And until next time, I'm going to try and pronounce the word antimetabole, doobly, whatever it is.